Hey everyone, my name's Gajvin Plays, and in today's video I'll be showing you how to make a super simple onion farm, but instead of using onions you can use any of these crops you see here. Anyways, let's get into the video. So to start, you'll need whatever I have in this chest. So you'll need glass blocks. You don't need 60, but it's preferred you have a lot of them. You can use an industrial chest or an input-output chest. I'll show you more about that later. You can use tier 1 conveyor or tier 2 conveyors. I'll be using tier 2 conveyors though because that's all I have as of right now. Industrial washing station, you'll need one of those, at least one of those. If you want to do a fancier method, you could use more than one. You'll need whatever totem you're using for whatever crop you're using. For me, I'll be using onions, totems, and onion seeds. You'll need your plow and you'll need some grass. So now let's get in the video. Now to start with this tutorial, you can follow me. You'll want to place your conveyor belt, tier 1 or 2. You'll want to see where the arrows are facing. Whatever way they're facing, you want to go like this. So arrow facing that way, you'll want to place them like this. 3 glass blocks. Technically you could use other blocks, I just prefer glass. So then you do that. And then we'll come back to this later. So you can just leave it like that for now. But now what you're going to want to do, build up a few blocks, so about 3 high. You'll have 3 glass blocks high. So now what you're going to have to do, probably add one more layer. You'll do a conveyor, tier 1 or 2. That I placed it the wrong way. So like that, like that, like that, and then I'll place the block there so I can stand, and like that. Once again, can be your tier 1 or tier 2. I'm just using tier 2 for the purpose of this video. So then you're going to place a grass block, your totem, and then you're going to do the same thing on each side. Grass block, totem, grass block, totem, grass block, and totem. So now what you're going to want to do, replace this block right there. You're going to replace it with grass. So then you want to follow what I'm doing right now. So from the back of the totem, you'll go out about 3 blocks on each side. And then you want to fill this in like that. 3 blocks out. And then fill it in. Like that. 3 blocks out. Fill it in. And then same thing over here in the last corner. So now you should have something that looks like this. You'll have it looking like that. Now that you've done that, you're going to quickly take your plow and plow this all. You do not have to plow underneath the onion totems or whatever totems you're using. You don't have to do that, but you can do it if you want to. So now that we've plowed it all, what we're going to do, place our onion seeds. We're going to go back and forth like this in a line so we make sure we get them all. Because sometimes it misses. You can hold down left click if you're on PC or laptop. And it will go a little faster. You just hold down like this. I know you can't see like a camera or anything, but yeah, you just hold down while moving like this to make sure you don't miss anything. Now I'll look around to make sure I didn't miss anything, and I'll just move my cursor around like that. Okay, so now that you've done that, what you can do, this is optional. You can place a totem right here. But personally, I won't be doing that. I'll be going for the more simple method. If you want to add another layer then, you do the same thing. 3 glass blocks up on each conveyor. And then you'll do the same thing you did before. Conveyor, conveyor, conveyor. Block out. Conveyor. Another block out. Like that. I won't be finishing the second floor for this example, but you can. I'll just be doing 1 floor for now. You're going to come back down here now that you've done all that. get rid of all this. You will need your conveyor still. You'll need a coal totem, which I forgot to mention earlier on accident. You will need your washer, and you will need your chest. For me, I'll be using this and this. I'll show you both ways. But basically now what you're going to do, that, then you want to place your coal totem like that. Then you're going to place your industrial washing machine. If I can get it to work. There we go. Then at the end, I'm going to show you quickly why you don't want to use this chest. Obviously you can if you're just trying to get some stuff quickly. So it only fits 5 per slot. Problem with that is what will also happen is not only do you only have 5 per slot, if the chest fills up, say I fill it up with andesite, what will happen is it will no longer be able to take anymore, obviously, now that the chest is full, which means it just sits right there. But if you place the industrial input-output chest, or input-output chest, not industrial, oops. Anyway, if you place this, if it lets me place it, then it will go out the edge. So that means you can place, not only can you place another one if you wanted to, once you run out of the chest, you can put a hole that goes through the floor to the void. This will help you to make sure your island isn't lagging, and if you're AFK farming, you don't disconnect in the middle of your AFK farming. So make sure you do this on all of your farms. You can also use the tier 2 input-output chests. I don't have any on me right now, they're all on my other accounts. But yes, any chest will work, but try not to use the industrial chest. Anyways, now we can wait a few minutes, and I'll show you that the onions start to come through, and coal should start piling up in here. Oh, one more thing you can do. You can take this and put a glass pane instead. I gotta remember how to do it though. So what you want to do is you'll want to place that glass pane on the inside like that, and then you'll place your normal glass block back. This just makes sure nothing gets stuck. Then you can also do that if you want to, but I never really do that. What you can also do then, say you're a lot more complicated and you don't want all your onions just sitting in here, or whatever it could be. You don't want it all sitting in there. So then what I'm going to show you is a more complicated method. You can grab a randomizer, and instead of having that there, you'll have a randomizer here, which then what will happen is you could have 2 washers and 2 coal totems. Personally, I like to have the coal totem there so not too much coal goes into them both, but you can have it like that. And then like that. There comes an onion, by the way. See how it's oily? That's because it hasn't been washed yet. That's why it has to go for the washer. Now that you've done that, we can remove that. I didn't mean to place that like that. Now what you're going to do, grab your input-output chests again. Do that. Do that. And then put a hole in each end. I don't need to put a hole over here as there's nothing there. So yeah, hopefully that will start producing some onions now. Which with onions, I'll just show you. You can do a few things with onions. You can eat them, you can sell them, or you could do, like, you can make certain recipes with them. And then one more thing I want to show you, onion crate farms. You might not have this yet, but what you can also do is get a crate. You can get a tier 2 or a tier 1. They do the same thing, except one takes 250 and does large crates, one does small crates and takes 100. Or 150, I honestly forget what the amount is. Anyways, I'll be doing the normal crate packers for this. Crate packer goes there. You go on the inside, make sure it's on crate of onions. And now you can have one on normal and one on onions. Personally, I have all this here, so I'll just pick that all up quickly. So now what you can do take your input output and place it there. So now you'll be making normal onions, and you'll be making crates of onions. I forgot for a minute. Here's your crate, and here's your large crate. Large crate like that. Normal crate like that. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know if you have anything. If you want to help make this farm better for anyone else in the comment section, make sure you leave a comment so it can help others. Anyways, thank you for watching, and goodbye.